Right, guys, we're back for another episode of Rio Reacts. We've got Ste here. The David Beckham interview is out. Steve's seen it. Steve's listened to it. I want to get his reactions, man. So what are you thinking? Because I know this is the interview that this guy wanted. He's talked about it for
I'm
years.
thinking, was I busy that day? So I didn't want to go around Beckham's house and hang out with him.
Do you know what we had? We only had a certain allocation of number of people that were allowed in the building, and you actually didn't make the cut because you wouldn't carry equipment.
I wouldn't.
Well, one of the
I'd
little...
definitely rob something though. Absolutely. I'm doing it for the story, aren't you?
But we didn't rob anything, but one of the team, Tom, didn't want to name him, but I have, broke a table in his office. Yeah, we got the bill the other day. It weren't a small one, I've got to be honest. So we'll be taking out of his wages on a monthly basis for the next 2, 3, 4 years. It was that expensive.
It's not rather cheap IKEA piece, is it?
No, it weren't IKEA. It's very far from it. But he broke a table there. Don't know how he done that, but he did. But yeah, man. So what did you think, man? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I mean, I like listening to David Beckham. For me, he's one of my favourite footballers. Criminally underrated, annoyingly so. Hate how he's perceived as a player. Didn't like something that he said.
Something? What did he say?
There's only one thing that he said that I was like, oh.
Go on, what is it?
He compared himself to Trent.
So you're not having that?
No.
The question was, in today's game, who is closest to David Beckham as a player? And he said Trent. I thought he would say Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, and he pied you a little bit.
Yeah, he did. I wasn't happy with that. But I think it's the Adidas connection.
Oh, he's Preds, isn't he?
Yeah.
Let's just blame it on a commercial thing.
Bex is quite good at that. He's commercially really, really sound, isn't he? So, no, I do see it with Trent because their passing styles and their range are very similar.
Trent's got vision and he's good at dead balls. It ends there. And he wear the same boots. It ends there.
Go on.
Beckham was a better defender than him, for starters.
You can't say that. One's a right back, one ain't.
Yeah, and he's still a better defender than him.
So you don't think there's any similarities at all in their game?
No.
There is.
Trent's a carpet bomber and Beckham's a laser-guided missile.
What?
How many times in a game would you stand there and go, oh, look, 33 crosses and he's found no one?
Who? Trent?
Beckham. Didn't happen, did it?
No.
There you go.
No, but...
Someone needs to go back and up to some of Beckham's games.
I'm not.
It's like 15 out of 15 crosses.
I'm not saying Bex wasn't like laser with his passing. Yeah, I don't think he's given the credit he deserves at all. I said that. I'll say it loads. I agree with you in that sense. But Trent ain't like someone who just fires out like 30 passes and misses 25.
He is. I'll pull the data up.
But that's Bex saying that someone plays like it. How are we going to go against him? It's his word against ours.
I know. Joe, who else done that to me?
Who?
King Brian Robson.
Why,
I was like, who would you say plays like you in the game?
And you would have said who?
No one at the time. This was 2014, something like that. I'd have been like, there's nobody.
I think Bellingham's a little bit like him.
Yeah, but Bellingham was still at nursery, I think, back then. Yeah. He said Steven Gerrard, and I went, shit.
I think Bellingham's a little bit like Robson. You know
he
that?
Didn't win a league to the end of his career. What?
I think Bellingham's more Robson than people keep saying Zidane. I keep seeing Zidane that mentioned. I think the shirt number is more of a thing like that. I think he plays more like Brian Robson than he does Zidane.
Robbo just had that sort of tough tackling side to him that we don't see. I think
that's not in the game today, though, is it?
No, but I think Bellingham will do it.
Yeah,
we just don't see it.
Yeah, it's not the game today.
He sort of gets forward, but Robbo scored like 10 goals a season from centre mid.
He scored 19 last season, I think, when I was 20.
Bit of a joke, that.
Yeah. So what else? Did you know what I like when I went into that interview? One of the ones I wanted to talk to him about.
Do you realise it's David Beckham, or is it that a teammate, or is there like a weirdness about it?
No, he's like, firstly, this is my teammate, but then when I think about the bigger picture for the channel, I'm thinking it's fucking, we got fucking David Beckham. Do you know what I mean? I'm walking in going like, whoa, this is the big deal. We've just done Cristiano.
Just done David Beckham.
And then we've just done David Beckham.
There's only Messi in this stratosphere.
Yeah.
What's his English like?
We're talking. No, we're not. He don't speak English. It was a bit of a...
That makes it problematic.
Yeah, problematic. So, but with AI, we could be there soon. But yeah, I understand the magnitude of Bex, and it's just like you got in someone that's transcended the whole game, the whole industry, brought so many different aspects of the game that weren't embraced. And one of the things I was really looking forward to speaking to him about was how do you sack your mate? Do you know what I mean? There's like lot of people in different world, different industries that have to do this or have to let their mate down. He had to do that with Phil Neville. How did you find that piece?
You kind of know what you're going to get with Beckham, don't you? Everyone's lovely, everyone's amazing, everyone's a dead hard worker. He's never going to slag anyone off. I'd love to see him without the camera off when he rip into someone, because it's got to happen on it.
That was the only thing I was disappointed with, that he didn't say, like, he was shit. He was shit. Like, he didn't do what I needed him to do. It was fucking shit, so I had to sack him. Bang, have that.
He was talking about him and Gary arguing with each other in games.
Yeah,
so you must have seen them giving it each other.
Yeah, he'd say to Nev, shut up. Like, he'd go back at Nev, and Nev would say, Bex, I need you to, we've got to do this, because Nev was like a bit of a, he just like that. And he'd see Bex ignore him for ages, and then and he'd be putting his boots on, and he'd just go, fucking shut up, or he'd just have a go back.
So I know, you don't get to be as good as Beckham was without having a snap in you at least multiple times a day.
Bex, he could give someone a silent treatment.
Oh, that was his move,
he could give you the silent, he just show you that he's not really interested in you, more than giving you a verbal. That was his kind of way, and he was you can't do, like you say, you can't do what he's done without having that edge. He had an edge, but Roy Keane does his in a certain way. Bex would do his, and others would do theirs their way. So it was, but still had impact. Do you know what I mean? But you know what made me laugh is he banned the fashion runway at Miami.
I know.
What was that about?
Shocked.
I couldn't believe that either. How dare you?
Yeah,
Mr. Fashionista himself.
But that's where you do see his edge coming out a little bit there, because he's talking about them. We weren't winning. There you go. That's it.
We were 6th in the league.
The gaffer goes, we ain't winning. Put the handbags down, lads. We're not having it.
Yeah, I agree.
I get where, and I like the angle you came at it as well. Like, how have you allowed Romeo to support Arsenal?
Yeah.
But actually, when you listen to the story, you go,
I get it.
Guy got wooed.
Yeah.
Guy got wooed by Arsene Wenger, man. Took in a dressing room and everything. And you go,
the red carpet was out, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, was Romeo even born when he was at United? Because Brooklyn was like 1 when he left.
He might have been just born, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think he was, actually.
So you're like, he's not quite got that connection. Lived in London.
More of a Madrid fan, though.
Yeah, you could easily see that, couldn't you? So, but I got it. You know, everyone's got to have a reason why they support a team. Just because your dad played for them's not necessarily the answer, is it? If you don't have a personal connection there. And obviously, guy got wooed by Arsene Wenger. I can see that turning some people's heads, to be honest.
He did. Do you know what the maddest thing is? Well, I knew we'd get something out of it. And one of the things that you go, wow, Bex's five-a-side team. We ask all the players their five-a-side teams. I don't think Ease will get beat.
No, it's a joke.
This is just a reminder the people that are listening or watching: Zidane, Maldini, Keane, Ronaldo, Roberto Carlos.
And I like that you give R9 some props as well.
Yeah, he went in.
I'm always anyone that wants to come and talk about R9. Because if there were stem cells around in 1998, no one would even. I don't think people would be talking about Ronaldo and Messi. I really don't, because he did things on a different level.
Do you really reckon that?
Yeah, I think the peak that he hit might have only been for 10, 20 games before his knees exploded. I don't think Ronaldo and Messi did what he did in those 10, 20 games. They've just done it over an unbelievable...
What, not this season, when that calendar year when Messi scored almost 100 goals?
Yeah, because I think you can... Haaland's scoring goals.
No, but Messi's different. Haaland and Messi, you can't say that.
But I'm saying, like, Haaland would score goals and Messi would score goals. But I think the way R9 would score you goal... You can put R9 with 11 men in front of him and be like, oh, okay.
No, but Messi was scoring ridiculous goals, bro. He's taking on 4 or 5 men.
I know. And
No, I'm with you. I would take... All at their peak, I'm taking R9.
Yeah.
I would, but...
If you can guarantee me 50 games
I'm
of
giving
R9,
you the other side of the...
I know. And there'll be... Everybody in the comments disagrees, but...
No, I don't.
I'm taking
peak R9, I think scary. Ever, peak R9 is my number 1 pick
Rio,
ever.
You didn't get near the fat one.
That's what I'm saying. It's true. No, it's true. And I actually go, yeah, you're right. Like
that was 6 years post-peak...
He had no knees at that point.
Yeah.
I played against a heavier, more out of shape Ronaldo with no knees.
And
he scored hat-trick. Let that sink in. Oh my God.
What was Inter Milan's R9 going to do to you?
No. Curtains. And that's what I mean. I can't wait.
That's why Stam's number 1, Rio.
No, that. But I can't wait to sit with people like Maldini and Nesta.
Talk to me about David Beckham.
No, not just that, but to talk about someone like Ronaldo, R9 in his prime, because they got him at Inter. Do you know what I mean? And there's defenders who were maybe in Spain as well that one year he had there. But those defenders, when you hear the defenders that played the French national team, I saw a video of them talking about coming up against him, and they were talking about playing against him. And it was like they were talking about a myth, like a fairy tale player that
no one's doing that in a game.
No, they were going, the ball's here, now you see it, now you don't, it's gone. I don't know
I don't think Pete, Messi and Ronaldo did that to you. They were literally unbelievable, like unbelievably good. But
they affected you in different ways. He had the goals and the skill and the speed and the strength and the presence and the imagination and the explosiveness, everything. Whereas Cristiano had a lot of those things, but not all. Messi had a lot of those things, but not all, in my mind. If you're talking absolute peaks. Do you know what I mean?
He's almost like a mesh of the pair of them.
We're splitting hairs here, by the way.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? It's not like we're saying one's miles away from everybody else.
Yeah, and Messi's a power league player.
Yeah,
no.
But
that for me, the three greatest I've ever seen. Like in terms of the raw. People talk about greatness. Greatness gets elevated across what you won, what your career was. But in terms of just the best footballers I've ever seen, it's them three. And
Ronaldo, Cristiano, Ronaldo, and Messi. Where's Diego?
I never saw him.
Where's Ronaldinho?
He's probably he's
Where's Zidane?
He's outside looking at Zidane.
What, you don't think he's nowhere near it? What? What am I hearing here? What? Zidane, bruv, was the mad. That was like Van Gogh. Like, that was just painting pictures with his feet.
Zidane in a France shirt, yes. Zidane in a club shirt, didn't do it.
But have you seen the montages that are out there?
I can pull you one at Paul Pogba if you want.
Right. Is that how you're going on? Is that how you're going on? This guy is mad.
Listen, I can sit here all day. This is a Beckham video, right?
So we're talking about Beckham. Sorry, we've gone off piece.
So let's go a bit more on R9.
Sorry.
You're talking about presence. Do you even feel like when he's rinsing you up at Old Trafford?
No.
What was you thinking, right, as a Manchester United player?
I'm way off it.
When he's just scored a hat-trick against you, got subbed, and we all clapped him?
Way off it. So
for those who don't know, the only time I've ever seen it at Old Trafford, imagine this, an opposition player's just scored a hat-trick against us, and the entire 70-odd thousand people in Old Trafford give a standing ovation to him.
What I'd done immediately was I looked back at Fabian Barthez and said, look what you've done.
Did you?
Look what you've done there.
What was you thinking with the standing ovation? Was you just thinking...
I just thought...
Do you remember who they bring on? Who did they bring on?
I don't know. I actually was thinking, I just haven't really got near him, but I don't think I've done that much wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like the first goal, it's a good run, but I've kind of got it covered. And he shoots from a mad angle and it goes, and I'm like, I'm actually going, how's it gone in? Yeah, and then another one he's hit from quite a way out that I think should have gone in either. I think the keeper should have saved it. I can't think the other one was a tapping across where I might have got dragged out on that one, but the other end. But no other part of the game was I going, right, he's rinsed me. He's got a hat trick, but he hasn't gone. I don't think there's a clip that would go, oh my God, look what he done to you, unless someone can find it in that game. Do you know what I mean? So it's weird. Sometimes someone does performs and scores an unbelievable goal, and you as a defender up against that person, directly go, I ain't been rinsed though, personally, but he's got a trick. But there's an aura. There ain't been many players in my time who I've gone on the pitch thinking he's going to be brilliant, and then they've produced, and the aura is enhanced after. There ain't been many that's done that.
Not 6 years post-peak either.
No, it's different.
So anyway, back on Becks.
This is a Beckham reacts to his interview, so we'll get back to Becks now. But
when was the last time Beckham watched a game that wasn't... When was the last time Beckham watched a game that wasn't in the director's box? And do you reckon he can go and sit in the stands?
No chance. Can you imagine Beckham? Listen, I get grief going into a stand.
I was about to say, when was the last time you just watched it in the stands?
One of my boys is on loan. He was on loan to a step, I don't know, 8 or 9 team. Lancing. I was down there a couple of weeks ago. I was at another place where Brighton used to play their first team games.
What's at that game, like 700 or 800?
If that.
It's different then, isn't it? So.
Yeah. So like they'll go. Then obviously you can get obviously people do come up and stuff after a bit, but you got your hoodie on, you got your hat on, and you just sit. You're a bit reserved, but people do come up. It's fine, but Bex is different planet, man. The place is coming to shut down. Local police are getting called because it's just.
That's probably true, don't it?
Yeah, 100%. I'm not joking. I'm telling you that will happen. Like stewards and that come and get around me maybe at certain points. Police are coming, fire brigades coming, ambulance are coming for Bex. Do you know what I mean? It's different.
Yeah, I don't think even in America, I don't think he's
worldwide, baby.
Like, where could he go? Like, what sport could he go watch? And where could he go and just be him and, like, go and get a pint and have a sit down?
I think there are places, he was telling me off camera, actually, where he lives and that, he goes in England, actually, we go local pub and stuff. But again, they're now familiar with him, so it's different. He just can't rock up somewhere. He just ain't had a little bit of a recce done before he gets there by one of his team. I think it'd be difficult. Or if he does go in there, then we used to go out when he was a United player, England player, and we'd go to a pub. I forget again, but everyone's familiar with him around there. But still, you're getting it cornered off.
Mate,
the red rope's coming out.
I remember Brisingamans.
Oh, actually, what a gaff!
I remember Brisingamans
on a Sunday all day.
And there would be people on the phones going, "David Beckham's here."
Yeah.
And then 14 seconds later, there's like buses of birds turning up, and you're just like, "What's going on?"
I didn't see them, but there was it was nuts. Like, I was just sitting there like thinking, "Rah, like." He is just a different kettle of fish, and he's created that, and that's one of the things I do marvel at and I respect about him as a player, undoubtedly. But the other stuff off the pitch, like how hard it is to create what he's created. Do you know what I mean? It ain't luck.
Strategic, but
that's what I'm saying. It's not luck.
There was clearly something in, you don't go from Manchester United to Madrid to the MLS. Now you do, but he created that pathway. Yeah. Pele couldn't do that.
No, George Best, Pele, and probably more.
And Beckenbauer as well, and Cruyff. They was all out there.
He was very strategic in that he was somebody who became a fashion icon, and it's mad. Is it luck or is it by? I should have asked him this actually. Is it luck or by design that he goes to LA? They have a lot of fashion over there.
Milan, Paris.
Fashion. Paris fashion. Do you know Madrid? Like crazy, and obviously like he's from London
and Trafford,
and then Manchester. But no, it's everything with him is by design. I think nothing is like not sure. Even from like sometimes he don't just get up out of bed. Right, I had a tracksuit on when I met him, chilled out, went into the office for the day, interviewing Bex. He's got a blazer, pair of strides on, everything. He's probably got the next 2 weeks hung up in his wardrobe.
Wait. He was on his documentary on it. He's like, that's what I'm wearing for the next 5 days.
Oh, yeah, nuts. See? Madman.
Like, there's funny bits in his documentary because he gets like proper passionate about cleaning his oven, and he's just like,
different. but those things there, and it was really good the way that the director kind of done this, and I forget his name, he's a famous director. I think he directed Succession, the Netflix series. But he and they got this out and pulled it out through things like how obsessed he is, almost ADHD with certain things. That's how he was with football. How meticulous he was with his boots, the way he done them up, the way he put his socks in his shirt. The meticulous repetition of free kick taking. Like, it was ridiculous. You don't become Beckham without having those traits.
You spoke about him and Dwight York finishing the bleep test as well, which I only found out about. I think it was in Gary Neville's autobiography about that, about them two finishing the bleep test. And Beckham, you can kind of see. Dwight York is a shock. Because you think of Dwight York as this party animal, but also grafter as well.
But he'd come in from Brisingamans and complete the bleep test. Do you know what I mean? And God knows what he's done that night. Do you know what I mean? Like, and how many shots he's done. He used to turn up with in the bar. Imagine Yorkie used to walk over. His party trick was a shot. You know, on the what's it called? On the tray, the shot tray on his head, and walk over with about 20 shots on his head, and go, right, shots are in, boys. At
what point do you pass that tray? Because you can't just turn up and do that, can you? There's going to have to be hours put in.
Yeah, I don't know. He's done some.
You got to do the reps for that.
To be fair, he had skills, didn't he? So he could balance the ball. If you can balance the ball in your head, a tray ain't going to be too hard.
I found this one interesting. You were speaking to him about being an owner. Didn't touch on Salford. Noticed that.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind it touching on Salford a little bit as well, because I'm not sure if the lads have ever come out publicly and said what their ambition with Salford is. Is it Premier League? Do you think Salford as a fan base could support a Premier League team? I know you've seen the likes of like Bournemouth and stuff being relatively small Premier League teams, but could you imagine Salford in the Prem? Because I know at some point in Gary Neville's head, that's the plan. But like, what is the plan?
I don't know. I don't know. It started off like a house on fire, didn't it? And I think the content play,
fantastic,
is huge. Like, you know, I think Wrexham are a great example of that.
Mac have done
it a little bit.
Robbie Savage actually a good manager? Because they just lost their first game this weekend.
The first in about 14, 15 games.
Yeah, what's going on there?
Yeah, he calls himself. He's put himself in the thing on WhatsApp.
I thought it was lasting 4 weeks. You know,
huh?
I thought it was going to last 4 weeks.
No, you know one thing I would say with Robbie, as much as people try to take the piss and have a laugh, and he takes the piss out of himself as much as anybody, he is one of the most diligent.
Oh, he's about it.
Guys I've seen in detail. He's obsessed. The geezer's obsessed. He even come to a BT. He even come to a TNT thing the other day with all of the big wigs in a Mac coat, like, or Mac trackie. Like, I'm saying, bro, we're not at work now doing football. No, I'm going after it though. Like, he's obsessed. So it's no surprise.
Well done,
Robbie will do well, mate. I think he'll do well in management. So just for that reason. But I don't know with Salford. I ain't seen Scholesy for a while. I should talk to him about it before. He was doing a bit of recruitment and stuff like that. It's just. There's been a bit of a shuffle behind the scenes, isn't there, with like roles and that, with Nev stepping away a little bit and Giggsy and Butty doing bits and pieces. So I don't know quite how and where it's at the moment. So it'd be interesting to see.
Where they are as well, people don't really understand the depth of the English football pyramid. But you're right, the content play, from hashtag to Wrexham, which has been sensational, to...
SE Dons, mate. SE Dons and people like that, Vegas Squad and stuff like that. They're smashing it.
The documentary that Mac had, all of the club, and even Sunderland's, like, has there been a bad football documentary? I think it's such good reality content that I wish more people would sort of get on board with it, because I don't think any of them have failed. And what happens
is
those
got an
clubs
audience.
those clubs get a bit of fire about them and they go boom.
Yeah.
But I think once you get to getting out of the National League's hard. League One, League Two, people don't understand how good the football is at that level. And
my local team's Bromley. And they've done an unbelievable job getting out of the non-league into the league. And I've got a couple of friends that work there. Jamie from the agency upstairs, we live around there. He's in there a lot, loves it. And he's seeing the inner workings and the development of a club from that level, from the pyramid coming through into the league. The hard work that goes on, the commitment not only from the guys behind the scene there, but the commitment from the local community that goes into it, how much they have to invest into the local community as well to sustain what they're doing. There's a lot of moving parts in them football clubs that does go unnoticed, so it's nice to see it given a bit of spotlight.
Yeah, and then he's got a bit of a contrast there, hasn't he? Because he's got what he's doing with in the MLS with Lionel Messi and Busquets.
Crazy.
And just the commercial sort of powerhouse they are, and he's so well positioned because of the World Cup being there in 2 years as well. It's
just falling into place for a minute.
I really liked to have the bollocks on him as well to be like, so I rang up the commissioner of the MLS and I was like, you lot need to have academies. The thing's been going 30 odd years. Now they got academies because David Beckham said so, which is a good thing.
No, that's good. So glad you enjoyed it, man.
Yeah, it was good. Ownership, you sort of left that on a bit of a cliffhanger.
What do you mean?
He was like, I think he might be doing a bit about himself.
Yeah. Well, watch this space.
Oh, you see how coy you got then? Oof.
Conversations.
Interesting. But yeah, it was good. Hope the people enjoy it. I think Beckham's one of those, he's not oversaturated at all in the media. You don't hear enough from him. I wish he would open up and be real and just say so much shit. Because there's so much shit in it. There's so much pissed him off at some point, hasn't it?
Just want him to swear.
Yeah.
That's when I've done my wind-up show, remember that? We just want to see him a little bit running down Moss side, do you know what I mean?
Just kicking normal. Off of the driver he had and then bugging out. Is it Princess Parkway?
Yeah. But
imagine he got run over, Rio.
But I'd have been, just before a tournament, I'd have been in trouble, man. But no, it was good just to see him, and he looks healthy, he looks well, he's enjoying life. So thanks again, Bex.
Who's next?
We've got a couple, man, in the bag. We're going to do Virgil van Dijk, centre back to centre back. I'm really looking forward to that, by the way. He intrigues me a lot. Going to Poland to see Robert Lewandowski. I want to ask him about the Ballon d'Or. Why he never got it? How's he feel?
Mugged.
Mugged, definitely. Jorginho, he's coming in.
That's going to be a spicy one.
Yeah, because I've criticised him quite a lot over there. Not recently, but when he was at Chelsea.
He slap back at you as well?
Yeah, when he won, when he got given the European Footballer Award, he put out a little montage of me criticising him. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, he's agreed to come on, so he's shown a bit of balls just to even come on.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So because I know I'm on his radar somewhere.
I don't know how you're going to top Beckham or Ronaldo.
We'll see. We'll see. Thanks guys for listening to this episode of Rio Reacts. Hope you've enjoyed this show, and if you have, make sure you leave us a review and follow this Rio Ferdinand Presents feed to make sure you never ever miss an episode. If you've got a point you think we should be discussing or want to put us on the spot with a question you want answering, get in touch using the fans first at rioferdinandpresents.com email address or use #RFP on social. See ya on the next one.